very much out of practice, but in general, that's the game. It is very much modified, currently at least, to my own skill level, and I don't even know what my skill level is right now, but yeah, there you go. That was a nice one. Move to a safer spot to better deal with the enemies. Survive for 80 seconds. Alright, here we go. This might be problematic. Hello and welcome to Nanotale Typing Chronicles. If you've been on my channel for a while, you know I absolutely love typing games, RPGs, and roguelikes, and all kinds of crazy stuff. Anytime that there's a typing element, I absolutely adore it. And if you'd like to check out the game, there is a link in the description. This video is kindly sponsored by Catapult, and this is the sequel to Epistory Typing Chronicles. So if you, already knew about that one, then you'll certainly know about this one and what it's all about. Anyway, I just want to very quickly dive into the options menu right here because I very much want to show you the accessibility options. If you are dyslexic, then this is going to be extremely nice for you, and this is what it does. It changes the font into something that is much more readable for you, and it is much more accessible. That, in my opinion, is super, super fantastic, especially for people that have problems with that, because there's a lot of text in this game, and obviously you're going to be reading text whenever you're typing, and so on, because you need to type words to be able to defeat enemies, and so on and so forth. So, let me see here. Enter profile, I don't know, anything, I guess. Alright, so this is where it begins. This is our adventure into the RPG and the magical world of Nanotale. So, basically, what you do right here is you just type, as you can see, to enter these little things into your notebook. Type the keywords written in capital letters to write down your thoughts. It's a very novel idea. And as you can see, today Lavender gave me my very own field notebook. In these pages I will record everything I discover, for I am now a true archivist. And then we can go for this.
I've always wondered about those tall trees in the distance. The ancestral forest. And today, because I am 18, I get to explore there. Rare plants and creatures must thrive under the cover of those branches. I wish we could go deeper into the woods. Alas.
And as you can no doubt tell, there is also voice acting. So if you would like to listen to that, then obviously you can do that if you so desire. Anyway, let's continue onward. Today is your birthday, Rosalind. As promised, we're going to explore the edge of this ancestral forest like you've always wanted to. Come on, Rosalind. Aren't you excited? You're a real archivist now. There's so much to see, so much to learn. I'll be with you the whole time, and don't worry, I won't get in your way. This is your adventure. Alright, so we can now move with WASD. Technically, the default keys are bound to ESDF, and the reason for that is so that you can reach the keyboard much, much easier from that natural perspective or a natural position of your hand. But personally, I just prefer WASD, so I rebound them, and as you can see, you can very easily do that in the options menu. Alright, so here we go. Look at those mushrooms, Rosalind. I haven't seen a specimen like that in ages. Go on, examine them. I know you want to. These mushrooms may look quite common, but there's something special about them. Can you see it? You should make some notes. Alright, get close to the mushrooms and press spacebar and then examine them. So look at this. This is what you can type. You type gathered, boom, and there you go. And now you have examined them. So you need to examine 3 of these mushroom types, or 3 of these particular mushrooms, to be able to add that fully to your, to your archives or to your study book or whatever it may be. And you're also going to be acquiring magical abilities later on in the game. That's the reason for these 2 bars at the bottom of the screen. One is magical power and one is HP, of course. You can also enable or disable certain things like health regeneration as well. I currently have health regeneration on slow, but generally you can disable it altogether if you want to, and so on. But there you go. There's a bunch of other plants here as well that you can go around, and you can literally enter those into your little book. Don't forget to use your true magic, Rosalind. Magic spells will reveal so much more. This blue plant is a salagush. Even a basic spell will pop it open. Go ahead, try it. and write it down. Alright, so here we go. So basically you press spacebar to switch to typing mode, and then everything that is interactable in the area is going to be possible to type about. And as you can see, I learned water is easily harvested from the bellies of these fragile plants. A simple hit makes them pop with the pressure from the water within. And that's how you also defeat enemies. So for example, as you can see right here, we have aqueduct, we have nautical. I like the water-based things right here. It's pretty funny. And generally, you've got to be decent at typing in this game. However, you don't have to be the best, because you can actually change the difficulty into a static version. So if you are a particularly slow typer, then you can change it to be exactly the same as what you currently type at. It is also adaptive, by the way, by default. So for example, if I were to go into the options menu right now, you can actually see that. Actually, I can't see that right now. Okay, yeah, I need to see that on the main menu. Never mind. Okay, well, you could just take my word for it. The difficulty is adaptable. So if you type fast, then the game is going to get, well, hopefully about the same as what you can type at. And if you type a little bit slowly, then you're going to have a similar experience where it's going to match to your own ability, which is, in my opinion, very cool. All right, so we have Lavender here once again. Hold on, don't be too hasty. You almost missed these grasses. We call them Creeper's Brush. They may seem common, but they make a great hiding place when in danger. Hostiles will never look for you in tall grasses. Write that down too. Okay, lush, yearn. There we go. Under cover of these lush grasses, I may study the woods around me and the life it accommodates, and I am forever grateful for the Creeper's Brush, especially when my feet yearn for a rest. Alright, and we have a bunch of other places around here. Bear in mind that you're going to be using the water from these bulbs much more often later, because there's a lot of interaction in the environment. I've played through quite a lot of this game already, by the way. I think I've played for about 2 hours, or maybe more. I'm not entirely sure, but that I literally purchased this game a long time ago, and I played it and I absolutely loved it. And I obviously don't have a huge amount of time to play games in my spare time, so generally I like to play things that I think are really enjoyable for the short amount of time that I play them. So this is just absolutely perfect, because every single time, did you see that? We just defeated that enemy right there. But every single time I defeat an enemy in this game, it feels impactful. It feels impactful, it feels fun, and it really doesn't feel too pressurizing either. You know, as I say, it is very much adaptive to your own abilities and so on. So for example, look at this, we could just take these guys down. Antagonist, take him down. There we go. Take down the antagonist. Thank you very much. Okay, there we go. And yeah, I don't know what it is, but I love typing games. They're so fun. And I remember playing Epistory as well. I did not complete it, unfortunately. I really do need to go back to that and complete it. I think I was actually extremely close to completion on that. But yeah, otherwise, let's just continue murdering all of these enemies. There we go. And bear in mind, I could have used the brush to my advantage here. I probably could have been able to almost maybe sneak by or whatever. Maybe I could have. I'm not entirely sure. Probably not. Probably not the best idea. It's probably just best to get them out the way. And then we have this. Boom! It's a fire bloom. And as you can see, it then burns up all the brush. And it can actually be grown back by using the other plant, as you can see right there. Look at that. You see? That is the kind of environmental interaction that you're going to be seeing in the game a lot more often, and there's going to be a lot of this going forward in terms of you having to destroy certain things with fire, you having to push things with magical spells to create additional pathways for you to explore the world more and more. Rosalind, I'm so relieved you're back. You know I have faith in you. Still, I worry. Look at these most unusual veins in these leaves. I need to make some notes. You can go ahead. I'll join you in a minute. But don't go past the clearing. The woods are a dangerous place. I can sense its dissonant magic already. Stay safe. Alright, so technically we can go underneath here if we want to. As you can see, there's a little bit of a shortcut there, so if you wanted to, you could just go this way instead. But otherwise, what is this? Look at that. It's a little creature. It's a little uncommon creature. How cute. Okay, so otherwise we have an enemy concern. Okay, there we go. Take him down. And we're going to continue exploring. So yeah, there are little environmental cues as well. So for example, did you see that little wisp? That little wisp go off to the east? Well, that basically gives you an idea that that's the way to go. I mean, generally, it's quite linear at the moment because obviously they're still teaching me how to play. But generally, once the game opens up, you have a wide variety of different places that you can walk to. And as you can see, we now have a main quest. Oh yes, we have a main quest. And it's a little bit, I gotta say, I feel like it's quite Castlevania-esque, or should we say Metroidvania-esque, because there are a numerous amount of different places that you can see, but you might not be able to access them yet. And you think to yourself, whoa, that's a cool area. I'd like to be able to go there. But you can't quite go there yet because you don't have the necessary power available. And that's the kind of thing that sometimes happens. But usually, if you have the ability to do so, you will usually be able to access most areas with a little bit of ingenuity. And here we go. The dear creature I'd found was a fox, and it was dying. Blood streaming from the strangest bite marks I'd ever seen. What madness lurks in these woods? Lavender taught me about the spirit animals, and I remember the fox only reveals itself at times of great change. A creature this size must mean a terrible transition of some sort. Alright, here we go. This is our first major battle. Because you thought those other enemies? Oh no, they don't mean anything. These are the enemies that are actually going to be somewhat problematic for me. So let's just have a look here. Alright, not too bad. The first couple of waves are going to be relatively easy. They're going to give you 4-letter words for the most part, but then they're going to start getting relatively harsh. They're going to start just throwing in a couple of 5-letter words like panic, for example, naive, and so on and so forth. But generally, there are going to be some boss enemies as well. The boss enemies are going to be coming up, and they're going to be, oh yes, kind of harsh. Yeah, as you can see right there. There's even atrocious. What? Are you serious? Get me out of here. Get me out of here. No. Let me run away real quick. Ah, save myself. Ah, there we go. Yeah. This, if you didn't actually realize it by now, is actually a predetermined event. Because it is trying to get the fox to save you. And that is exactly what's happening. So we're now riding on a spirit fox. And it is taking us to safety. But that's the point. It kind of gives you an idea as to how complex and intense the game can be. But that's only if you want it to be, obviously. That's only if you want it to be. It doesn't have to be super fast-paced or anything like that. You can take your time and, play the game however you wish, which is actually really nice. That's what I really like about the adaptive difficulty. And here we go. The ancestral forest has called for you and your true magic. Go explore as a true archivist and unearth the secrets of this realm. From here on, I am with you. Alright, here we go. Okay, so now that's basically how the game begins. And you can see here, the fox talks to me. He sensed my presence in the forest, so he came to see for himself. You are more powerful than you can possibly imagine, Rosalind. He spoke softly. I believe I am the only one that can hear him. Maybe it is our minds that speak to each other. I saved him, he tells me. I summoned the spirit fox within him. He couldn't find himself. He is now bound to me until I release him. And now we can press left shift while moving to sprint, and that brings the spirit fox out, and we are now able to move a lot faster, and so on. So yeah, it's Really, really nice. Okay, there's actually an NPC over there that we're going to be speaking to in just a second. And yeah, there's a bunch of little fire things that we can do here. So like this has been uncovered right now, so it's just going to gather this mineral real fast. And there we go. We actually have that completely researched now, or completely catalogued, so we don't have to look for those anymore. I actually wonder whether I need to take a look at that crystal or anything like that. No, it doesn't seem like it at the moment. Aha, hello there. This is what I was talking about. So environmental. So this is exactly what I'm talking. And there you go. Look at that. We can go straight by and we can catalog this. Oh yeah, there's more to do. Oh yes. So obviously, if you complete the stage 1 of a particular kind of research, then there's going to be more of that as time goes on. I wonder whether I can go this way yet. No, I can't go that way yet, but there is going to be a power that will enable me to do those kinds of things, so hopefully I will be able to soon enough. Okay, so this is a bit of a puzzle here as well. I don't know whether you can notice what it's all about, but basically if you use the 2 aquatic bulbs to water the grass, and then have the grass sprout, then what you can do is you can set it ablaze with this, and then it's going to spread all the way over to this little wood area, and then it's going to get rid of the barrier, and then you're going to be able to catalog this one, which is very nice. And that actually gives me a stat bonus because I've now leveled up, and we also have a skill to unlock. So what do we want to choose? We have knockback, lore on the map, or sprint. So the fox sprints faster when you press left shift. Personally, I really like the knockback skill, so I'm going to be taking that because knockback in combat, that is almost priceless. It is super, super powerful to be able to do that. If you're relatively, kind of like average speed typer, you're going to be able to keep enemies away from you very, very nicely, and I think it's pretty useful even for people that are maybe not the fastest either. And I actually just burned myself. Oh, lovely. Look at that. I'm dying right now, Joy. I'm very grateful, but you have to promise me you'll be careful doing that stuff. Yes, I actually almost burned myself to death. That was great. Oh well, never mind. Hello there. Hi. Are you lost? You must be far from home, because you're not from around here. That much I know. Okay, so obviously the words in bold are the things that you can interact with. So, for example, I'm going to say this. I'm going to say home. You don't look like a cave person, so you must come from beyond. I'm sure you have stories to tell then. Do they have true magic in your faraway land? You might want to talk to our queen and learn a thing or two. So if I just say magic. She is the White Queen, a most powerful witch. She is our keeper. And there you go. So she's done great things for us. I'd love to tell you about it sometime, but right now I need to meditate. Okay, so I'm just going to say bye. We'll meet again if the Tree of Life wills it so. And there we have it. Okay, so live, that is HP. HP bonus right there, just a kind of like a heal. And we can also like this. And that is going to unblock our path. And I see. Okay, yeah, so a little bit of another little bit of a puzzle right here. So I'm just going to use these 2 to grow a couple of grasses. And then I'm going to need to see what this is. This is flame. So then that is going to once again do this. And I don't think I can actually get over there to that thing right now. I'm actually not sure. I will try to once the grass is gone. And once the fire is gone. No, I don't think I can go over there just yet. But I should be able to go over there sometime soon, hopefully. Anyway, let's just get this. There we go. When the smell of mint drifts on the air, I spot a green jasper nearby. They follow me around no matter where I go. What a cute little creature that is. Okay, so yeah, otherwise you can create walkways from these various places here, because you're going to be able to, later on at least in the game, you're going to be able to construct these things using magic, and it's going to help you a great deal to access shortcuts and stuff like that. The King's Vault. It turns out the vault holds no king, but it tells the story of the Black Baron who came from a foreign land. He had such high-end technological equipment and protective armor. He was indestructible. Ooh, I'd like to hear more about that guy, actually. That would be pretty fun. Alright, so yeah, we're almost there. We're almost to the village. And there are a bunch of little shortcuts here if we wanted to. There's actually an enemy here too. I can't currently see the enemy because it is in mist. The enemies can also use those kinds of things. So need to be a bit careful about that. Yeah, okay, so these opponents right down here, that opposition opponent right there, he is going to be extremely difficult to take down, at least at the moment, because he has insane regeneration powers. And I'm not entirely sure how I'm supposed to deal with him. I couldn't figure it out before either. I think you need a certain magical spell, and I don't think I unlocked that when I played before either. So that's something to bear in mind if you are also going to play the game. You should be a little bit careful about those guys. They are vicious. They can do a lot of damage. And what is this? Does that actually do anything to those guys? They seem to disappear. That's kind of interesting. Okay, so let's get on the fox. Can I go anywhere? No, that's another one of those little ramps that I need to use. Let's just go by here. I'd like to try and avoid this guy if I can. Okay, yeah. They do a lot of damage, as you can see. Oh, I'm dead. Okay. I should probably not go that way, right? Yeah, no, I should probably not go that way. Thankfully, there is a checkpoint right here. As you can see, it's a very forgiving game. They really don't want you to have huge issues running all the way back from a terrible placement of checkpoint. But I have now accessed the shortcut, as you can see right here. This is the activatable little button here that you have to step on to be able to do that. So that's pretty nice. Anyway, I'm just going to see if I can do something here with the grasses, because I'm assuming that that's what I needed to do beforehand, and I was a bit stupid about it. So this is going to give me the ability to hide, as you can see, and that is exactly what we want to do. So let me actually just get a couple more of these. These enemies are way too strong, so obviously that's the reason. So if I just zoom over here, what is that? Elude? Yeah, elude. There we go. Gummy bunnies, they're actually rare, are volatile by nature and elude at every sense of noise or movement. They plunge down at the slightest rustle of leaves or sway of my arm. And now we've leveled up. Look at that. We gain a 7% health upgrade, and we now have the ability to choose another skill. All right. Increases damage on rat enemy. Yes. Increased damage on rat enemy. Yes, I will indeed take that. I feel like all of the out of combat skills are not really something that I would want to go for in general, because sprinting faster, sure, that might be useful a little bit later on, but personally for me right now, I would just like to be as effective as possible in the combat situations. So let's just go through here. Yeah. Okay. Here we go. This is actually fantastic. This is one of those times. Boom. Environmental damage. Take out that guy instantly. Really nice. Now, unfortunately, this other fellow is in the mist, so I could technically just use this when he gets a little bit closer. There you go. And now he is done. And there it is. Look at that. And look, it brings the color back to the world. If you thought that it was washed out, oh yeah, it was. Because this is the thing that is going to bring back the true magic to the area. And it's going to imbue it with the color and the vibrance of the area again. And here we go. Now I have the ability to create this shortcut. Remember, this is where I died before? Yeah. Now I can go back up here and we open up all other different kinds of little shortcuts as well. So for example, this one right here as well. That's really, really nice. So there we go. That's it. That is cool. And that's Joy, as you can see. That where I burned myself at the campfire. Good. Okay, what is this? No, that's actually nothing. Okay, let's go over this way. Know this, Rosalind. The forest folk may not relate to your magic insight. Serenity is their shield against affliction. And who do we have here? Hi. You don't live in the village, who are you? We're not too fond of your kind around here. We can do without troublemakers such as yourself. Here we live in peace. Our queen has made sure of that. I'm going to say queen. She is the White Queen, keeper of true magic. She safeguards our journey through this life, and you must go see her. One little word of advice, don't upset her. She's ruthless. Oh, well, okay. I'm a little bit nervous about that now. A little bit nervous, but I think we should be alright. That's Kai. He fell from the tree. I've told him 1,000,000 times it's dangerous, but I fear he will never learn. Is he badly injured? Okay, I'm going to say injured. I'd go and help him, but I need to pray. But you can help, right? Just find him some medicine. Okay, now, I already know how to do this, obviously, because I played, but if you know what this particular plant does from the tutorial, then you'll kind of know that that is how you do it. You just literally activate this thing, and boom. It was nice of you to help him and all, but Kai can't help himself. He'll just do it again. Oh, well. Do I care? I kind of wanted to be nice to him. Jeez, dude, what'd you give me? Strong stuff. My head hurts. Oh, man. Did I fall down again? Yes, you did. Yes, you did. I know we're not supposed to climb the tree, but man, this forest is just so damn dark. And you know how amazing it is out there? I love to see the world with my own eyes, but this tree is as close as I'll ever get. We can't leave the forest. Okay, well, that's enough of that. Thank you. That's enough of that voice. I won't do that ever again. Okay, take the sheep for example. They're just white dots on a green lawn. Aha! Yeah, I think yeah, there we go. You should talk to Clover if you want to know more about our sheep. She's our shepherd. She's a little weird, mind you. Alright, yeah, I'm gonna go and speak to Clover. She cares for our sheep. She lives up north. Hope she hasn't lost one again, or all hell will break loose. It's just that I thought I saw a white dot away from the herd. Might be a sheep. It was on the east side of the forest. Yeah, so that's a little bit of a task that you can do for the denizens of the forest as well. Basically, you just have to herd a little bit of sheep. And there's the queen. As we live this day, we hold our hands in unison so you may hear us. We only say the words you would have us speak, so we may rise together under the protection of your unfolding branches. Help us listen to your voice. Help us find your song lines and hold them in our obedient hearts. We bend before you in honor of your strength far and wide, and your boundless wisdom. Forevermore we give you thanks for the magic that blesses the very land on which we walk. Today we uphold the spirit of gratitude, as we welcome among us the traveler from the faraway land. Welcome, Rosalind. Yes, we were talking about you. I can sense true magic in you. I am the White Queen, and I possess the most powerful magic in the realm. You must have heard of the Battle of Spells. I fought the Black Baron and his dissonant magic, and killed him. Do not fear me, girl. If you are a true witch, you are most welcome here. Only be mindful not to get lost. Some of the darker places are quite dangerous. Alright, the fairest in the kingdom has now been completed. There we go. Alright, so technically we can speak to the queen once again if we want to, but personally what I would like to do is explore a little bit more. And, yes, unfortunately, I'm going to need magic to be able to unblock these little areas here. Maybe I can go to the east first. Maybe something along those lines. Let's go over here. Aha! Hello there. Yep, these are the sheep. These are the sheep that we might need to herd sometime soon. And now let's just add the color back to this up. Can't do that just yet because we are going to now be in a bit of problems. Yes, a bit of an issue. And as you can see, it starts to get very, very harsh if you are supposedly as fast as I am, because let's face it, I am very much out of practice, but in general, that's the game. It is very much modified, currently at least, to my own skill level, and I don't even know what my skill level is right now, but yeah, there you go. That was a nice one. Move to a safer spot to better deal with the enemies. Survive for 80 seconds. Alright, here we go. This might be problematic. Well, there we go. I had a bit of problem with vexation. Yes, vexation at the end. They know what words get me. They certainly do. Anyway, there you go. There's a nice little bit of mana regeneration right there. Once per battle, the fox helps you kill all enemies if your life points get too low. Sounds like a good one for me. Thank you very much. I'll definitely take that. And now we can add the color back to the forest. And personally, those combat encounters are huge highlights of the game for me, even though the narrative itself is extremely strong, the environments are extremely strong, the puzzles are fun. I just love these kinds of typing games. I really, really do. And if you do as well, then I'd highly recommend checking out Nanotale, and also checking out Epistory as well, because that is obviously the predecessor to this. And both of them are really, really nice. Okay, so let's just go here. There we go. Very nice. Okay, I'm just going to heal myself real quick. Thank you very much. And there's actually something else that I want to do here. Yep, there we go. Beginning. Beginning everlasting. As life is everlasting according to the forest folk, they are convinced every death marks a new beginning. To honor the deceased, they carve stones for every grave. Alright. Okay, so there was actually someone that appeared there, an NPC of some kind. So let's actually go and speak to them and see what they have to say. Hello. Pleased to meet you, young lady. I love that you are interested in our history. Most folks aren't. Though they should be. This vault here may be the most important artifact in the whole of the forest. It bears witness to the legend of the Black Baron. The Baron came to these woods to steal the heart of our tree. He wanted eternal life, you see. He wanted to rule forever, but he needed the magic of the Great White Witch, so he brought her a gift greater than her own, the gift of dissonant magic. The witch accepted, and in darkness they joined hands and heart with the tree. But then the Baron turned on the witch, and she killed him in the Battle of Spells. That's when she became the White Queen. Well, thank you. I never wander far. Come see me anytime you want. And there we have it. We have a little bit more lore about the Baron. The Baron came to take the heart of the Tree of Life because it grants immortality. One can only take the heart with exceptionally strong magic, so the Baron needed the White Witch. He had dissonant magic running through his own veins and was able to convince her to join forces. Her magic was now greater than ever, and she became the White Queen. Alrighty. Okay, so there's a bunch of other things that we can do here as well. Obviously, there's a shortcut right there. We might want to try and explore if we can. There's another shortcut there as well, but unfortunately I don't have the ability to access it just yet. And these things right here, they can be removed with spell, but we don't have the spell at the moment. Technically, there's a bunch of additional things that you can do. Is there anything that I can do here? I was hopeful that I might be able to cause like a chain reaction or something like that, but it doesn't seem as though that is the case. Ah, that's unfortunate. That is very, very unfortunate. But I think I've shown quite a lot of the game so far, and I don't know what it is, but I absolutely adore these kinds of games. If you do too, then there is obviously a link in the description if you want to check it out. Maybe buy it. It's up to you. But yeah, these are really, really enjoyable, and yeah, hopefully you enjoy them as well. Anyway, that is going to be it for this episode. I thank you very much for watching, and I'll see you next time.